next item is item 33, Rosalvina Zarte. Jose Perez is the officer. The case number CERCV 2018-00261, item 33.
Rosalvina Zarate. Please, Zarate, please state your full name and address for the record.
Good afternoon. Rosalvina Zarate, 520 Opaloca Boulevard.
And you, sir, your name?
Ramon Perez, 520 Opaloca Boulevard.
What is your connection to the property? Okay.
Owners.
Do you know why you're here?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. The city is citing you for having recreational vehicles on your property without a variance, correct?
Yes.
Are you in the process of getting a variance?
It's out.
You got it?
It's out.
Oh,
just
the
pull out.
the
We
recreational
remove-
vehicle is removed.
Yes.
All right. City?
City of North Miami Code Enforcement Officer Perez. Today we're hearing the case in reference to the property at 520 Opalaca Boulevard. This is in reference to a recreational vehicle, specifically an RV that was being stored in the rear of the property. This violation was previously adjudicated on April 4th. They were found guilty with an abatement date of May 29th. On May 29th, I did inspect the property, and the RV remained at the property at the time. Although the gentleman just advised this morning that he was able to remove the RV. So at this time, I would like to see his evidence in reference to the removal of the RV.
Does he have a picture, sir? You want to show him what the property looks like today?
So he did show me suffice evidence showing that the RV has been moved. So at this point, the city would just
You want a dismissal?
dismissal with cost being applied.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we will dismiss the case based on the fact that you are now in compliance, but will assess cost of $100 for these proceedings. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
The next item is item number 40, Wendy Welch. Karen Jean Lewis is the officer. Case number CEFAW 2019-00039, item 40.
Wendy Welsh. She's what? She's gone? Do you want to proceed with it?
Good afternoon, Co-Compliance Officer Karen Jean Lewis. This is a case in reference to painting the fence for 1030 Northwest 130th Street. I made contact with Mrs. Wendy Lynch, and she showed me pictures showing that the gate has been painted.
Your
Dismissed.
recommendation?
Dismiss.
Case dismissed.
The next item is item number 5, Empire Legacy. Vanessa Willis is the officer. Case number CEEXP 2019-00013, item number 5.
Good afternoon.
Sir, please state your full name and address for the record.
Denny Lejeune for the property 1300 Northeast 130th Street.
Mr. Lejeune, are you the owner of the property?
No.
In what capacity are you here today?
My brother sent me for him.
And the property seems to be listed under the name Empire Legacy LLC.
Yes, that's a corporation.
That's a corporation.
Yes, sir.
And your brother is
He's the
owner
president.
of that corporation?
Yes.
And he's authorized you to come here and speak about this violation?
He sent me. He didn't give me a power of attorney or affidavit, nothing.
Okay, so let me hear from the city.
Good morning, or good afternoon. This property was cited on January 29, 2019 to pressure clean and paint the house. And I asked that they get a painting permit from the building department because it is required. And to date, they have not painted. So they're not in compliance.
All right. Hasn't been previously adjudicated?
No,
Okay.
first time.
The violation was issued, when?
January
29th?
29th.
Okay. Sir, I know that you don't have a power of attorney, but,
Sir.
do you contest the violation?
Um, yes,
Why?
because he didn't know why he have that violation. Then
The
So-
house needs, the walls need to be pressure clean
okay,
and painted.
all right,
And the city has determined that you're not in
Okay.
compliance. Your brother is not in compliance.
okay. Can we have a like
How much time?
We'll give you some time.
Yes, give me some time.
How much time do you need?
Give me about 2 weeks.
We'll give you more. We'll be
Okay.
more generous.
Yeah,
all
more
right.
time.
We'll give you 30 days.
Beautiful,
Okay, it shouldn't be very hard to pressure clean and
right?
paint.
Definitely.
Does he need a permit to paint or no?
Yes, he does.
Okay,
he
so
does.
you need to get a permit,
Okay,
all right?
All
It
right.
shouldn't be hard, you know, if you come to the city, you say you're gonna paint it, and the city will, look at the color and see if the color meets whatever scheme they have, and then, you'll be able to paint it.
okay.
So, based on the testimony of the city's code compliance officer, the evidence presented, having heard from the property owner's brother, and finding that the cited violations exist, I rule in favor of the city, enter an adjudication, and set a compliance date of 30 days. In the event of non-compliance, there will be a daily fine of $250 until the violation is abated.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
The next item on the agenda is 31 Raymond Telusma.
Is your mic on?
Yes.
Oh,
Maybe I should get. The next item is 31 Raymond Telusma. Ernest Baptiste is the officer, case number CESSP 2019-00031, item 31.
need an interpreter?
Yes, please.
All right. Please state your full name and street address for the record.
Raymond Velusmont, Telusma. 940 Northeast 130th Street.
What is your relationship to the property?
It is mine.
Are you aware of the violation cited against you?
Yes, I am aware.
Okay. Are you contesting the violation?
Yes.
All right. City, proceed.
Ernst
Mr. Baptiste?
Ernst Baptiste, Senior of Miami Code Enforcement Officer. This is a case that was open for some window shutters, hurricane window shutters that is up and still up at the property. Property was posted on May 24th, 2019
Do you have any photographs
of the
shutters?
shutters. No.
Okay. So what, the shutters are up and he's not allowed to keep them up?
Keep them up because you have a certain numbers of days that you can keep your shutters up after hurricane, and those shutters have been up all year.
Okay. Sir, do you understand that under the city code, you're not allowed to keep those shutters on your property except for a very limited period of time?
No, I was not aware of that. I was not aware of that at all. But in addition, it is not all of them that are up. It's just a few segments that are up on a few areas on some windows.
All right, so you're gonna need to take those down.
Okay.
Will you have any problem doing that?
Est-ce qu'on a bien aucune difficulté pour faire ça?
How many,
No, I didn't have a problem with
how
that.
many days do you need to comply?
Combien de jours besoin pour conformer avec le règlement? Just about 2 days. I just have to unscrew them. Maybe 1 week.
City, any recommendations?
A month.
Do you need an adjudication?
Yes, please.
Okay. Based on the testimony of the city's code compliance officer, and the evidence presented, having heard also from the property owner, I find in favor of the city, I enter an adjudication and set a compliance date of 30 days. In the event of non-compliance, there will be a daily fine of $250 until the violation is abated.
Okay.
Okay? 30 days. Hopefully you'll do it sooner, but you never know when you remove shutters if there's another problem that comes up, like a broken window or some other issue. So need you to remove the shutters and have your property in compliance.
Okay.
Okay?
Can you just please call the gentleman in the white shirt up, because I don't know what his case is, he hasn't signed in.
We have a gentleman in the white shirt sitting, yeah, what case are you here on?
Is he here for, which case? What's the name?
Rossi Medical, Francis Okenanya. Good afternoon.
What's the, what's,
639 Northeast 125th Street.
Rosie Medical?
Yes, sir. I didn't sign it. I never
Rosie
did.
Medical.
so item 34,
Yeah, okay, I'm sorry.
case number SDNOV 2019-00066.
Yes, sir. Goodbye. I'm sorry.
State your name, sir, and your address.
My name is Francis Okenanya. It's 639 Northeast 125th Street.
And what is your relationship to the property?
So I'm the owner.
You're the owner.
Yes, sir.
And Rosie Medical, Inc. is the corporation that is the title owner of the property, of which
Yes.
you are the owner?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and what kind of, is it a residential, single-family home, or is it
It's
a business?
It's a mix, business and the residential.
It's a business.
And residential. But
It's in a residential area, but it's a business.
no, from what I heard from the street, it's a mixed area. So
Okay, so
Mixed use.
let me hear, mixed use. Okay, so let me hear from the city first.
Ernst Baptist, City of Miami Code Enforcement Officer. This is a case that was open for a dumpster that required dumpster enclosure. Case was open and property was posted back in May 18, 2019. Spoke to the owner, and owner requested more time to come into compliance. So we've been in contact.
It's, the dumpster doesn't have
An enclosure.
an enclosure.
Yes.
And
You need to put a permit to enclose the dumpster.
okay, that's in addition to having the dumpster and the top of the dumpster,
Yes.
it needs to be fully enclosed.
Correct.
Okay, and he needs to do some construction to do that.
Yes.
Has he started the permit process?
He's
Yeah, actually, I didn't even get the notice because apparently they made the notice to my old office in Sunrise. I was aware of that just when they put the
when I
notice
posted.
to appear on the property. Immediately I saw the notice to appear.
Okay, you understand that the dumpster needs to be enclosed.
They just informed me. If I knew, I would have done that a long time.
Okay.
I didn't know.
How much time do you need to do that?
So actually, I've contacted somebody who I put the permit, the form for the permit, and handed it over to my contractor. He's working on it. I don't know whether he submitted it. Although when I spoke to him, because when I got the notice, I called him right away. So he told me what was the violation. I said I didn't know. Then I contacted a contractor who is working on it right now. It gave me up to July, but for me, if the permit is ready now, it will be done anytime because I've already, the contractor has billed me and we agreed on the price to do it. So the problem I have now is that I lost my mother-in-law I will leave in this country on 13th of this month to come back July 14th. On my absence, I wouldn't know what we'll be doing, but if you can give me maybe after July, I'll make sure it's completed. But it's
Okay.
working on it now.
You have a
He may-
contractor.
He may finish it before I leave, but I don't know.
You have a contractor.
Yes, sir. Already.
Okay, and the contractor is working with the city already to try to
Yes,
get the permit?
Yes, he told me that he will be submitting the.
Okay, you have the contractor under contract. He's ready to start.
Yes,
Just
sir.
waiting for a permit.
Yes, sir.
You have the funds to do the work.
Sir?
You have the money to do the work.
Of course, yes, sir.
Okay, and you understand what works need to be done in order to come into compliance.
Sure.
So I'm gonna give you 60 days.
Okay.
And then after 60 days, I'm going to be imposing fines if you're not, in compliance.
It should be done before
So
that.
based on what I've heard from the city's code compliance officer, having reviewed the file and having listened to the property owner and his request, having considered his request for additional time, I find that a violation of the city code still exists, that proper notice has been given, and I find in favor of the city enter an adjudication and set an abatement date of, did I say 60 days? 60 days. In the event of non-compliance, there will be a daily fine of $250 until the violation is abated. So, you need to start moving. You got plenty of time. I don't think it's a big deal to build the enclosure. If for some emergency, God forbid, we get a hurricane or something happens, you can come back and ask for more time. But right now, you've got 60 days to comply.
Okay, sir. Appreciate
Thank you.
that.
You can let the interpreters go if you like.
Yeah, if the interpreter would explain what I just said to make sure that there's.
No, saying he can go because there's more questions.
Oh, I thought that you needed further explanation. Okay, so because we don't need an interpreter, either Spanish or English, sir, you may go and have a great afternoon.
The next item on the agenda is going to be item number 41 for Wayne Clark, Woodson, La Rochelle.
41. Number 6, let's go.
The case number is CEEXP 2019-00043, item 41.
41, okay. All right, we're gonna move quickly, so. Are we almost done?
Wayne Clark City, North Miami Code Compliance. The property
No.
was cited for exterior wall paint conditions. The property was posted on May 14, 2019, 3 p.m. I haven't heard from anyone in reference to responsible for the property. The property violation was actually opened on February 27, 2019, with no compliance. I'd like to submit the photos for the record.
Okay. Photos admitted.
It actually looks worse than that. It actually looks worse than depicted on the pictures, and that's just, that's a continuous kind of nuisance property that I have to keep in line at all times. Even if they had even painted the front wall, made an effort to even call officers, nothing.
All right, what's your recommendation? An adjudication and how many days?
It's on you.
All right, based on the unrebutted testimony of the city's code compliance officer, the photographs reviewed and the evidence presented depicting that the cited violations are still in existence, proper notice having been given, I find in favor of the city enter an adjudication and set a compliance date of 30 days. In the event of non-compliance, there will be a daily fine of $250 until the violation is abated.
The next item for Wayne Clark is item 11, Gladys Kersant, case number CEPFY 2019-00037.
Wayne Clark, City of North Miami. Code compliance, this property was cited for parking on the front lawn on January 21st, 2019. I have no contact from the owner or persons responsible for the property. The property was then posted on May 14, 2019, 4:30 p.m. for today's hearing. And to date, my last final inspection was on May 29th, 2019, and the vehicle is still in the same position on the property. And I'd like to submit the photo for the record.
Please. Admit it.
No response.
Is the vehicle operational?
I have no idea. It's just been sitting there.
It's looks like a Ford Explorer. The Ford.
Expedition or something like that. Yeah. It's been there ever since I cited it. Since the beginning.
Okay. Based on the unrebutted testimony of the city's code compliance officer, the photograph and evidence presented depicting that the cited conditions still exist, that proper notice has been given, I find in favor of the city, enter an adjudication and set a compliance date of 30 days. In the event of non-compliance, there will be a daily fine of $250 until the violation is abated.
The next item on the agenda is Exposito Group, item number 6 for Gary Beswick, case number MHVIO 2018-01299, item number 6.
Good afternoon, Gary Beswick for the City of North Miami Building Department. The property was first cited back in November 27, 2018 to failure to obtain the required permit for alteration, renovation was in progress and still in progress without the proper permit. Property was posted to a notice to appear on Thursday, May 16, 2019 at 11:08 a.m. Pictures was taken of the posted. Affidavit of services on file. A photograph to depict the work that was in progress and the construction truck delivering material.
Want to bring it up? This is exterior and interior alterations
Correct.
being
They're doing an
performed
addition.
without a permit.
Correct. Addition on the west side of the property.
Can't the building official issue a stop work order?
I did.
You did already?
And they still work, yeah.
Okay. Okay. I thought that was also a crime if building official issues a stop work order and it's not complied with.
This city haven't got to that yet.
Huh?
This city haven't got to that point yet.
Okay. You can ask Steve to go out there and arrest them. Based on the unrebutted testimony of the city's code compliance officer, the photographs and evidence presented that the violations still exist and proper notice having been given, I find in favor of the city, enter an adjudication and set a compliance date of 15 days. In the event of non-compliance, there will be a daily fine of $500 until the violation is abated.
Thank you.
The next item is item 14. Aaron Barber is the officer for Ithaca Investments, the case number CESTA 2019-00007, item 14.
Good afternoon, Aaron Barber, City of North Miami Code Compliance. This violation is for advertising for short-term rental. Property located at 2203 Northeast 123rd Street. A violation letter was sent on March 21st. And the most recent ad that was pulled from the internet is dated May 29th, 2019. I was able to speak with the property owner who noted that the property was purchased in order to be rented as a short-term rental, and they are, she did note that she was going to put the property up for sale. However, it is still being advertised.
Who did you talk to?
I spoke with a woman who identified herself as the property owner.
Did she give you a name?
No, sir.
According to the State Division of Corporations, the LLC is managed by someone by the name of Rosario Diaz, who lives on Miami Beach. There's a registered agent, George Santamarina. And the property is for sale, or what?
I don't know
did
what, I don't know that the property is for sale. However, I do have, I have the ad from the most recent, rental,
Can I-
for the
do-
property.
Do you have it?
Yes, sir.
May I see it? And the citation is for the advertising or for the actual rental?
This is for the advertising.
And when you spoke with the owner, what did the owner say?
That she noted that, she said that she was unaware that the city had, codes prohibiting short-term rentals, and that they would probably be selling the property, since that's the reason it was purchased in the first place.
Okay. But there is no evidence of a short-term rental as of as of now.
No, sir, this
Just
is,
the
the
advertisement.
violation is for the ad. Yes, sir, this violation is for the ad.
So what is your recommendation, that I assess a fine and order that, what, the advertisement be removed?
Yes,
or-
sir.
Okay. I'd like to ask the city attorney for clarification on the amount of the fine for illegal rentals. I'm looking at the resolution from the city of North Miami, 2015, R21, which sets forth or amended the various fines for code violations. And it says that a short-term rental violation is $500. It doesn't specifically address a violation of the advertising prohibition.
Right.
What is the fine amount for that?
All right, so I believe what you're looking at is the civil violation ticket schedule. It's the
Yes.
only place in the code where there is dollar amounts listed.
Right.
This is not proceeding under a civil violation ticket. This is a notice of violation procedural issue. So under a notice of violation, it's really within the magistrate's discretion, the amount to assess. I believe the city's policy on short-term rentals and advertisements as such, we usually ask for the magistrate, instead of entering an abatement date and a daily running fine, because the nature of the violation is that one that is irreversible in nature. It's one that you can't go back in time and undo the rental or undo the advertisement, that you use your discretion to do that one-time fine amount, which you have discretion up to $15,000 if you were to take that approach.
Okay. I think if I were to set a $15,000 fine, the city would be exposed to a lawsuit because of recent case law that I've reviewed on that. But nevertheless, it is a violation. I find based on the unrebutted testimony of the city's code compliance officer, the advertisement and evidence presented depicting a violation of the prohibition against advertising illegal short-term rentals, I find in favor of the city, and I adjudicate a fine of $500 and order that the property owner immediately cease any and all illegal advertisements. If the owner fails to do that within the next 30 days, then I will assess a daily fine of $500 per day until all advertisements have been removed. That's my ruling.
Thank you.
The next item on the agenda is item number 8. Shanna Sanders is the officer. Francisco Aguiar is the customer, and the case number CERCV 2019-00047, item number 8.
Shanna Sanders, City of North Miami Code Compliance Officer. This is a new case for recreational vehicle, having a recreational vehicle parked on the property without having an administrative, a variance. Well, like I say, this was an administrative variance because it was from the time length for the property. I first initially opened the violation on March 15th, 2019, sent the violation notice to the property owner. Have not heard anything back from them as of last week on the 29th. The trailer, if not hitch, still remains parked on the side of the property. I checked the computer system. There's still no variance obtained and or an application submitted to the city. I posted the property on the 16th of May with the notice to appear for today's hearing. I have photos if you would like to see.
If you have photos, I'd like to see them. I think I know what a hitch is, but I'd like to see a picture of it anyway.
Yes, I try to put trailer / hitch because I
Okay.
notice as I'm talking to the residents, some say trailers. I may consider that like a hitch.
Yeah.
So I try to put trailer / hitch. But we've spoken about other things at the property, but you know, we have not spoke about this, and it still remains.
All right, based on the unrebutted testimony of the city's code compliance officer, the photographs and evidence presented depicting that the cited condition still exists and that proper notice has been given, I find in favor of the city, enter an adjudication and set an abatement date of 30 days. In the event of non-compliance, there will be a daily fine of $250 until the violation is abated.
The next item is item number 1, Alberto Prieto. Vanessa Willis is the officer, case number CEEXP 2019-00016, item number 1.
Vanessa Willis, City of North Miami Code Compliance Officer.
Welcome.
Thank you. How are you?
It's getting a little late. Have you had lunch yet?
No. It's okay, though.
I've got an egg, though, if you're hungry.
If I want to share, huh? Okay, so this property was cited January 29, 2019, where we sent the notice of violation letter and letting him know that the house was in need of painting, including the front door. This property was posted on May 16, 2019 at 12:41 p.m. The affidavit and the photos are both in the file, and we also sent this certified mail, and it was also posted here at City Hall. As of last reinspection date on May 29th, they were still not in compliance, so they still need to paint. And I do have photos
Please.
depicting the violation.
Bring them forward.
I will.
Is there somebody living on the property?
There's really no way for me to tell. On the first inspection, there was I think it was a Honda Civic that was parked underneath the carport with temporary tags on it. The next time that I was there was another vehicle that was parked there that was wrecked with the temporary tag. And then a Saturn, a gold Saturn that was there. So it seems that there's some type of activity, but then again, you don't know because it could be the neighbors parking on the property knowing that nobody lives there. I was unable to find anything. We have computer software that lets you know if they've listed it as an abandoned property, and I don't see any listings for it being listed as, or them notifying the company that it's abandoned.
Okay. Based on the unrebutted testimony of the city's code compliance officer, the photographs and evidence presented depicting that the cited violations still exist, proper notice having been given, I find in favor of the city enter an adjudication and set a compliance date of 30 days. In the event of non-compliance, there will be a daily fine of $250 until the violation is abated.
Thank you.
The next item on the agenda is item number 36. Vanessa Willis is the officer. It's for SRP Sub LLC, case number CEEXP 2019-00014, item 36.
Vanessa Willis, City of North Miami Code Compliance Officer. This particular property was cited on January 29th, 2019. The property was posted on May 16, 2019 at 12:24 p.m. They were also sent certified mail, and the posting, the notice to appear was posted downstairs here at City Hall. They were cited to paint the fascia boards in the roof overhang area, and they have not done so at this time. The last recheck was on May 29th, 2019, and again, I do have photos.
You said something about posting downstairs at City Hall. Is that provided by the code? But you also posted at the property address, correct?
I did. It's just a matter of notification. Some people, I don't know, I can't tell you why, but
I've never heard
but
of that.
as far, most places they do post it. Some cities post it in the newspaper just for advertisement purposes as far as what notices have been posted on properties for notices to appear and different actions that the city is doing. So a lot of cities are doing that or have been doing it.
You've complied with the minimum requirement, which is to post on the property.
Right.
Do you also send out a notice by certified mail?
Correct.
Okay.
And then there's a big docket downstairs where it's all of the notices are posted.
Okay. So, based on the unrebutted testimony of the city's code compliance officer, the photographs and evidence presented depicting that the cited condition still exists, that proper notice has been given, I find in favor of the city enter an adjudication and set a compliance date of 30 days. In the event of non-compliance, there will be a daily fine of $250 until the violation is abated.
Thank you.
The next item is item number 38. Ernest Baptiste is the officer, TNC LLC, case number SDNOV 2019-00064, item number 38.
Code Officer Baptiste,
It's Baptiste, City of
you're
Miami.
prepared?
TNC at 725 Northeast 125 Street, SDNOV 2019.
Ernst Baptiste, City of Miami Code Enforcement Officer. This is a case that was open again for the dumpster that need an enclosure. Property was posted. Property was posted on May 18, 2019 at 10:39 a.m. Spoke to the owner. He's aware of the violation. He's in the process. I took picture. I took picture of the property, of the dumpster, showing no enclosure.
You have a photograph?
Yes.
Thank you. This is the rear of the property.
Yes, this is
right?
the alleyway where they kept.
Yeah, it's a commercial property?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Based on the unrebutted testimony of the city's code compliance officer, the photographs and evidence presented depicting that the cited violation still exists and that proper notice has been given, I find in favor of the city enter an adjudication and set a compliance date of 30 days. In the event of non-compliance, there will be a daily fine of $250 until the violation is abated.
The next item is item 32, real estate challenges. Ernst Baptiste is the officer. The case number CESIP 2019-00016, item 32.
This is a sign issue.
Yes.
Is the problem that it's an illegal sign or that the sign is not being properly maintained?
It's an illegal sign. They don't have the permit for this type of sign hanging on the side of the property.
This is 1327 Northeast 125th Street.
Correct.
Okay.
This is a new case. Property was posted on May 18, 2019, at 9:52 a.m. Took picture, and no one contacted me about it.
All right. Let me see the picture. It's the one that says income tax?
Income tax, and the one above also, it was a banner.
There was a banner?
Yes.
There is a banner
Yes,
there.
yes.
Can't read anything. So they need a permit
For the banner.
for the banner.
Yes, but the sign, the tax sign itself is not allowed.
And no contact with the
No,
property owner?
No.
What number was this? What
Item
case?
32,
32, okay.
real estate challenges.
All right. Signs prohibited. Okay. Based on the unrebutted testimony of the city's code compliance officer, the photographs and evidence presented depicting that the cited violations still exist, proper notice having been given, I find in favor of the city, enter an adjudication and set a compliance date of 15 days. In the event of non-compliance, there will be a daily fine of $250 until the violation is abated.
The next item is 27 Northeast 125 Street Trust. Ernst Baptiste is the officer, case number SDNOV 2019-00061, item 27.
Another dumpster case, right?
Yes.
Okay. Proceed.
Ernst Baptiste, City of North Miami Code Enforcement Officer. Case is in compliance.
Good. Recommend dismissal?
Yes.
Case dismissed.
The next case is item 19, Larry Sarby, case number SDNOV 2019-00065, item 19, Ernst Baptiste is the officer.
Ernst Baptiste, City of Miami Code Enforcement Officer. Case again that was open for a dumpster enclosure that is located in the rear alleyway of the property.
Photograph?
Yes. Property was posted on May 18, 2019, 10:31 a.m. I have a picture with the dumpster not being enclosed.
Are you citing them for all of the garbage?
Garbage, yes.
Associated, so it's the dumpster and the garbage? Is it one?
This violation is for the dumpster itself. It was being addressed.
Okay.
The dumpster enclosure,
Okay, not for the garbage.
not for the garbage.
Okay.
No.
Based on the unrebutted testimony of the city's code compliance officer, the photographs and evidence presented depicting that the cited violations still exist and the proper notice has been given, I find in favor of the city, enter an adjudication and set a compliance date of 15 days. In the event of non-compliance, there will be a daily fine of $250 until the violation is abated.
The last two items on the agenda are 17 and 18 for L Building LLC. Ernst Baptiste is the officer on both. Case numbers SDNOV 2019-00029 and 67.
Let's hear the 2-9 first. Number 17.
L Building at 793 and 125.
As Baptist City, North Miami Code Enforcement Officer, this is a case that was open for a dumpster enclosure. Property was posted on May 2nd, 2019 at 2:22 p.m. Took picture of the violation.
Commercial property?
Yes, correct.
Who did you serve? How did you notify the owner?
We notified the building itself, the property itself, and we post at the property itself, and we post downstairs.
And
No
no word from the owner?
No word from the owner.
Okay, based on the unrebutted testimony of the city's code compliance officer, the photographs and evidence presented depicting that the cited conditions still exist and that proper notice has been given, I find in favor of the city, enter an adjudication and set a compliance date of 30 days. In the event of non-compliance, there will be a daily fine of $250 until the violation is abated.
The next item is the same property, but the case number ending in 67.
This one has been complied with.
And that concludes all the items on the agenda.
Okay. Meeting adjourned.